Alright, yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another AxolootlVR video. Today, I'm going to be going over all the new stuff coming to the update this week, or hopefully coming this week. It could be coming later this month, but it's all the new stuff that's been leaked. We're going to be going over the new in-store bundle, which looks pretty cool if you ask me. And then we're going to be talking about the new Dino decks, which looks pretty cool, and how this game's kind of turning from Adopt Me to Pokemon, and how I think that's a good thing. And I know, why is Unc yapping and all that? You can put the timestamps down in the comments, but you might want to stay for this little part right here. Y'all have been blessing me with the likes, with the comments, with the subscribers, so I wanted to give a little bit back to you guys, and we're going to be doing another giveaway. In my last video, I did a giveaway, which is still ongoing, so you can enter in that one and this one. Like last video, all you have to do is like, subscribe, and comment down your MetaQuest username. And again, thank you guys for all the support. It's been insane lately, and y'all are really helping me live my dreams, so thank you. And enough yapping. Let's get into the video. Alright, so a little change of scenery. If you don't know, that area over there and that area over there is the places I use in my thumbnail pictures, so kind of a special place for this channel. But anyways, I wanted to talk about the new Dino decks and what that's going to mean for UG. But first, I want to get into the Pokemon side of all this, because a lot of you guys are going to be like, well, what do you mean? This game's more like Adopt Me than anything. And that is true, but with the Dino decks and all the PvP stuff they're planning to add in the future, this game is turning more into Pokemon than Adopt Me. So as you can tell by my voice, I'm Unc status, whatever you want to call that. And when I was younger, Toys R Us used to be the hotspot for Pokemon collectors. They would have every single set available at the time, so if you just wanted to buy one card pack of the whatever was out, black and white, I don't know, I can't remember the old names, but you get it. You could do that, or you can get like the big packs that come with 10 plus cards in them. Toys R Us also did stuff for the DS game, where if you went to Toys R Us at a certain time, they'd be having a Pokemon event on, and you can get like a rare Pokemon you couldn't get anywhere else in the game. And there were a few adult collectors at the time, but as you can see in these videos, it's mostly kids, mostly teens. Now, let's cut to what the Pokemon hobby looks like nowadays.
The scalper bought box after box after box of Pokemon cards and bought out the whole machine, leaving nothing for everyone else patiently waiting.
So as you can see in those videos, the age of the people went up drastically, and right now, a lot of kids or a lot of teens just can't get their hands on Pokemon stuff without overpaying for it. And that's sad, because I think Pokemon, or the idea of Pokemon, whether you play the card game or the real game, it adds like a sense of community, and when you're a kid, that can really imprint on you. That's why you see everyone my age nowadays, well, you just saw in the video, scalping and taking all the Pokemon cards. But if we can encapsulate that feeling into VR and put it into this game without the Pokemon company suing, then this game is going to have a long lifespan, because they're going to do the same thing they did with Pokemon. They're going to have the same feelings. They're going to come back to it when they're older. Because unlike other VR games, UG feels like it's in the honeymoon stage still. And if you don't know what I mean by that is, a lot of VR games seem to build up a lot of hype before they come out, get a whole bunch of pre-orders, get everyone excited, and then it'll come out, they'll have a couple updates week after week, and after that, it just slowly becomes less and less updates, less items added into the game, and eventually it just becomes all cosmetics. There's no new updates, you just get a new item shop. And the reason I say UG is still in this like honeymoon stage is because they're still coming out with crazy updates. I mean, you guys see everything that's coming in the future. Sorry, just thought we should change the background real quick. I didn't want you guys to get too bored of out there, but what I was trying to say is, basically, I hope UG can encapsulate that feeling Pokemon used to give people and put it into the game. And the reason I think they're doing this is because the Dino decks and Pokédex are kind of like the same thing. So let's go to the picture and let's talk about it. If you see on the side right there, it kind of shows you, or not kind of, it does show you their abilities, like what they're good at. But underneath that, you'll notice it says, I think, special ability. I don't have the picture right in front of me, so I don't know verbatim what it says. For those who don't know, for a while now, the moderators have been planning to add in like special abilities to the Titans. So if you ever fought the Magmadon, you know it sprays fire out of its mouth when you're trying to kill it, and the Triceratops goes into the ground and heals. Those are the special abilities, or whatever they're calling them on the page, and I guess the Nuvasaurus and all the regular dinosaurs are also going to be getting special abilities with this. Who knows, they could be just having special abilities for Titans and everyone else just has Bite or whatever they're going to call it. So with the abilities there, obviously the Hunters, as you can see under the class, it's going to be better at attacks and just being faster. While tanks are probably going to be bigger. It says size. I don't know if that's going to scale with the level because, as you know, the more you level up your dinosaur in this game, the more it gets larger. So I don't know if this stat's going to scale with the dinosaur or it's just like an overall size. Like the Nubosaurus can get this big, the tanks can get this big, the Titans can get this big. And I think I went over it a little bit in the beginning, but look at the level cap or power cap. It doesn't say level exactly. It says dinosaur power. I'm pretty sure. Again, don't have the picture in front of me. I memorized it though. Didn't memorize it well, obviously, but I memorized it. But anyways, it says up to 2000 or /2000. I don't know if this is like a placeholder. Are they going to be adding training points or I forgot what they were called in Pokemon. But let's say you kill a certain dinosaur that isn't a boss. You get like whatever its best ability is. So if it's a hunter, you're going to get a better attack. If it's a tank, you're going to get more defense. And if it's a titan, I don't know what you're going to get. I'm not saying that's what it could mean. This is just a game theory by your boy here, Axolotl. But I do think this is going to be good for the game. This is in Pokemon. That's why I'm saying this game is kind of turning into Pokemon, which don't let the Nintendo company hear that. We don't have any like ball throwing physics or anything like to capture the dinosaurs. You kind of just kill them. So haha Nintendo, you can't do a thing. Can't do squat. So we come over here and you'll see the boss isn't spawned in, but usually there's a boss there with way more health than this little dinosaur right here. This little guy's only got 2,000 health, bro. Mine can smack this guy up so easily. This. Look at that. Look at that. Without even trying. So what I mean by training abilities is, so we just killed the Chomposaurus, I'm pretty sure is what that's called, and it's a hunter, so you would get a better attack. So my Velociraptor right here, he's going to have his base stats, he's going to have his leveling stats, but these training points are kind of just going to be like extra points to add on while you're training your dinosaur. It's the same thing in Pokemon, so let's say you kill some wild Pokemon or whatever it's called in that game, you make it faint. Oh my god, that scared the... Oh my heart. Oh my heart. Oh my heart. Oh my heart. That scared me so bad. It scared me so bad. I don't even know what I was talking about. So I think I was trying to like compare it to Pokemon, where if you take your Pokemon, kill a wild Pokemon or make it faint, you get its best ability added on to the training points you already have. And I think this adds a whole new way to grind the game. So you won't just be killing chickens and pigs. You'll actually be trying to kill these dinosaurs, which kind of mean nothing right now. You don't get eggs from these dinosaurs. You don't really get anything special. So I think adding an incentive to kill these dinosaurs instead of just leveling up on pigs and chickens and all that would really add more ways to grind in this game. A lot of people don't like hearing that, but that's literally the whole point of this game is to grind. If you don't like grinding, this is not the game for you. Pokemon is not the game for you. It's all grinding. I know. That was a lot of yapping about Pokemon. We're playing UGG. What is bro talking about? I'm just saying UGG could fill a hole that the Pokemon company really isn't filling right now. And really no one's filling that void right now. I mean, there is Rough Knots, but that game's a lot of stuff's going on in that game. I'm too unk for that. But the other Pokemon game I used to play was PokeQuest, and if you don't know what that is, basically they ported the very first Pokemon game into VR, and it was great. It was all 3D models. It was 1-to-1 to the original game, so it was very nostalgic for me and people my age. Sadly, though, it had to close down on October 31st. I think it was for server reasons. It wasn't like the Pokemon company was suing them or anything. What I'm trying to say is, UGG can really fill that void of people like wanting those catch 'em games. Not so much like throw a Pokeball at them and catch them, because I like the system they have now with the eggs. I think they should just keep doing that. But adding other things like training points, adding the Dino decks, maybe even adding shiny dinos, that would be really cool. Because in the game PokeQuest, if you had a shiny Pokemon, then everyone knew you. It was one of the coolest things to have because it was so rare. And eventually in the future, when they have PvP and all that, I think they should start hosting events. Because that was another thing about the Pokemon games. You could level your own Pokemon at home, name them whatever you want, train them however you want. And if they were good enough, you could go to real life tournaments and, play with them. Play with the team you've been training with at your own house. I don't know. This game has the chance to do everything the Pokemon company did, but way better and its own thing. Because dinosaurs, great idea. Whoever came up with that, give them $1 million raise. Because what you'll notice is other games that try to be like Pokemon try to create their own Pokemon-like characters. But this game said, no, we're doing our own thing. We're just doing dinosaurs. You are spinny today, man. You just love spinning. I don't know what's wrong with you. Even though this isn't a raptor or called a raptor, it's called a rapto. It's still a, you know what it is. I know you clicked on an UGG video and got mostly Pokemon yap. I'm a huge Pokemon fan. I was a huge Pokemon fan when I was younger, and it's kind of sad to see what's happening to the hobby nowadays where, no kids can enjoy it anymore, and there's going to be no next generation of Pokemon fans. Because we all start somewhere. I was a kid once, and I was able to get cards back then, and now, good luck. Go on eBay and pay $200 for one card. But anyways, let me know how you feel about all this Pokemon stuff down in the comments, and let's get into the extra stuff we can talk about now. Boom, this little bundle. It's cool. It looks pretty cool. I do like the color scheme and everything, and if you look at the background, it looks like it's going to be daytime again next update, which, thank you. I love the darkness when it came out, but I'm kind of over this darkness. I want it to be light again. Speaking of the November/Thanksgiving update, turkeys were leaked and announced, and if you didn't watch my one video I did with Blue Shell, the moderator, he told me most likely turkeys are going to drop more meat, so it's going to be easier to grind things like chickens, because if you don't know, the chickens are going to be turning into turkeys. They're not adding turkeys, they're just changing the skins of the chickens in game already. Kind of like what they did with the Halloween candy, and I think that's what they're going to be doing with the turkeys. But anyways, that's all the new stuff I'm pretty sure is going to be coming in this week's update. We are eventually, at some point this week, going to get like a roadmap to what's coming out this week, next week, and next month. But you'll just have to wait and see, and when that comes out, we'll go over it. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you made it this far. Why not? Even if you hate me right now. Come on, it's just 2 buttons. 2 buttons. And, yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.